There's one Bible verse so dangerous to Satan's plans that he's been working overtime for 2,000 years to make sure you never truly understand it. A verse that, if you take it seriously, could destroy lust, porn addiction, and every chain of sexual temptation in your life. Most Christians have read it. Almost nobody lives it. And today, we're going to uncover it word by word, like treasure hunters digging up the one weapon Satan desperately hopes you'll never use. Let's be real. Lust is the #1 silent killer of faith today. 70% of Christian men admit to struggling with pornography. 50% of pastors say they've been tempted by it. Even marriages and ministries collapse under its weight. And Satan loves it. He doesn't need to drag you into witchcraft or murder if he can enslave you with one scroll of your phone. But here's the plot twist. Jesus already gave the antidote in one brutal, radical, shocking verse that most Christians avoid. It's like a nuclear bomb against lust. And today we were going to read it out loud. Before we reveal it, ask yourself this. Why is lust so powerful? Because it hooks your eyes. It hijacks your imagination. And once your mind is captured, your body follows. Jesus knew this. That's why he didn't just say, "Don't commit adultery." He went further. He cut to the secret battlefield, your eyes, your thoughts, your imagination. And in one verse, he gave the most extreme command in the whole Bible. So extreme that some Christians even laugh it off. But Satan doesn't laugh. Satan trembles. The reveal, the verse. Here it is, Matthew 5:29. If your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. Boom, that's the verse. The one Satan doesn't want lustful Christians to read or take seriously. Why this verse is terrifying. Now wait, did Jesus really say that? Gouge your eye out? Yes, he did. And here's why this verse is nuclear. Jesus isn't telling you to literally stab your eyeball. He's using extreme, shocking language to make one point clear. When it comes to lust, half measures don't work. Casual promises like, "I'll try harder," don't work. Filters, accountability apps, even prayer by itself won't work. Unless you're willing to make a violent break with sin. That's what terrifies Satan. Because once a Christian takes this seriously, lust loses its grip. Let me tell you a true story. A young man addicted to porn read this verse. Instead of gouging his literal eye, he gouged out the eye of his temptation. He threw away his laptop. He ditched social media. He smashed his old hard drives. His friends thought he was insane, but within months, his mind was clear. His faith came alive and he started leading others out of bondage. That's the power of Matthew 5:29. Not eyeball removal, but radical removal of temptation. And Satan hates it. Because when you cut sin at the root, he can't regrow it. Let's break it down. Jesus mentions, your right eye. Why the right? In Jewish culture, the right side symbolized power, strength, dominance. Jesus is saying, even your strongest ability, the thing you rely on most, if it's dragging you into sin, get rid of it. Causes you to sin. Notice he doesn't say, if sin randomly happens. No, he says, if this is your trigger, your access point, your gateway, eliminate it. Better to lose one part than the whole. This is eternity talk. Jesus is saying lust isn't just bad habits, it's soul-level dangerous. It's worth losing convenience, reputation, or even relationships, rather than losing your eternity. This verse is brutal, but it's also liberating. Why Satan hides this verse? Here's the million-dollar question. Why does Satan hate this verse so much? Because it exposes his strategy. Satan thrives on half-committed Christians. He loves when you pray for forgiveness but never cut off access. He loves when you say, I'll stop tomorrow, while keeping the same apps, the same friends, the same websites one click away. Matthew 5:29 shatters that cycle. It forces you to admit, if I don't remove the source, I'll never win. That's why this verse has been read for 2,000 years, but ignored by millions. And Satan wants to keep it that way. Okay, so what does this look like in 2025? You're not gouging out your eye, but you are cutting off access. For example, If Instagram keeps tripping you up, delete it. If your phone at night is the battlefield, put it in another room. If your friend group encourages impurity, step away. If Netflix keeps serving lustful content, cancel it. This is what Jesus meant. Not casual repentance, not weak prayers, but violent amputation of temptation. It looks insane to the world, but to heaven, it looks like freedom. What happens if you ignore it? Now let's flip it. What happens if you ignore Matthew 5:29? You keep both eyes. You keep your apps, you keep your triggers. And Satan keeps your soul on a leash. That's the trade-off. Keep the source of lust and risk hell, or lose the source and gain eternity. That's why Jesus' language is so extreme, because the consequences are extreme. Every revival in history had this one thing in common. Christians who took sin seriously, not casually, not softly, seriously. And when they did, the chains of lust snapped. Families were restored. Leaders walked in purity. Entire communities felt the difference. And it all started with verses like Matthew 5:29 being not just read, but obeyed. So here's the challenge. Right now, yes, today, decide what your right eye is. What's that one thing constantly dragging you into lust? Identify it, name it, then gouge it out. Delete it, block it, throw it away. Because the one Bible verse Satan doesn't want you to read is also the one verse that can set you free, Matthew 5:29. If your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out and throw it away. Don't just hear it, do it, and watch Satan lose the battle he's been winning for far too long.